Hi, we are Enabling Autism LLC. In this video, we show you another 5 tips to handle autism. Let's get started with part 2. Before we start, we would like to let you know that we are not certified nor licensed to give professional advice. These are our own personal opinions and recommendations based on our own personal experience with our autistic child. Please use self-judgment and consult with your medical professional. Thank you. Number 1, measuring up to good strong boy or girl. I personally use strong boy for reading. Strong here is ability to overcome own emotion or desire. And so we established a list of good behavior that strong boy, strong girl should or would be doing. And Aiden participated, and because he participated, he's more inclined to follow his own list. And so I don't really associate undesirable behaviors as just frown upon. You do this, you are a bad boy. Instead I say strong boy shouldn't be doing that. And if you consider yourself a strong boy, then you ought to stop. And so when Aiden is whining and misbehaving because he doesn't get things his way, I should point out, you making a scene and you claim yourself to be a strong boy. That doesn't really align. So if you are a strong boy, you should stop misbehaving, and more than likely he will stop. Another good example on this is Aiden has such a big fear on dogs, and so in the afternoon when he rides his bikes, he would come across many owners walking their dogs, and before he just abandoned his bike and just run away. And so on the list of strong boy, we specify that strong boy should be able to ride his bike past the dog. And now if he see a dog from long distance, he give himself up to basically stay on path and ride past the dog. So it works. It works if we give them a presumed status, higher level of course, and they basically, because of pride, they will try to match to that level. And autistic children exhibit this behavior because Aiden is a good example. And so I hope this will work for your child as well. Number 2, encourage memorization. If your child is verbal, start 1 to 10 as early as you can, 1 to 20. Lyrics to favorite lullaby song, days of the week, months of the year. I started the timetable with Aiden when he was 3.5 years old. He could snap respond 121 if you asked him what's 11 times 11. He didn't know the math to it. Now he can because I taught him multiplication. But before he could just snap respond because I repeat this like a robot and be willing to repeat like a robot. Ask the same question. Hi, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. Canned responses. He had no ability to come up with these on his own. But we can teach him the scenario and then the appropriate responses. Therefore, he able to use them. Of course, right now, after 2 years working with him one-on-one, he able to understand the situation and come up with his answer dynamically. But before, it's all canned responses. I realized our autistic children has the urge to make sound, noise randomly. Instead of saying no, I redirect the energy into something more useful. And so I hope that you can incorporate and implement some of these activities here that best suit your child. Number 3, use complete and proper sentences to all children, not just autistic. This way, we will give our children a good foundation on becoming polite individuals. For autistic children, we start out the sentences for them. However, the important part is have them complete the whole thing, not just the keyword. As time we focus on just the keywords, we say, I would like, and then they fill in the blanks. Now, on their end, they only say one word. They only use the keywords, not I would like. That's your side. And so I have always wanted Aiden to complete the whole thing on his side. I would like some milk. I would like to take a walk. He memorized the way that he speaks. And now he is a lot more enabled, but all his senses are so polite, so well put together, and very proper, more so than his non-autistic sister. And so I highly recommend you to go ahead and start out right. I would like, please help me. Those looks longer, but over time, they are second nature to your child's responses, and you will appreciate the effort going in at first. Number 4, use a dedicated study area. It's such an important topic that I have a separate video on study area only. I put the link in the description. Ideally, we want adjustable table and chair so that we can maintain good level, good posture for a good period of time. However, if you don't have that, just make sure your kid's back is straight, the arm is not reaching up too high. Make sure we have good lights. Bright white lights is ideal, away from distractions such as TV, electronic devices, toys. When when we adults walk into a monastery, a church, we automatically lower our voices and be in our best behaviors. Why? Because we were trained that way. I want to replicate that sort of transition from playful time to being serious, being focused with the dedicated study area. Number 5, make corrective action to undesirable behaviors. You gotta make sure that some of these very artistic-like behaviors, pulling their shoulders, slouching forward, curve their back to take less space, no eye contact. We want to make sure that when and if whatever caused the condition goes away, then the behavior should go away with it and not lingering around in the form of bad habit. And so when Aiden approached me for a request and he not looking at me, I use my hand gently adjust his face so that he's facing me, and then I won't acknowledge of his request until eye contact are made. And so don't just say I don't like it, you should stop. That's not enough reason for them to follow us. But if you make it so that there's something for them to comply, then they're more likely to do so. As I mentioned earlier, autistic children tend to pull in their shoulders, lean forward, curve their back to take less space. Well, make that correction. One hand is face flat on the back and spine. The other hand, you touch their shoulder and basically adjust it, run the hands up to make sure the back is straight. And when we do that, whatever we say consistently over and over, relax it straight. Otherwise, your shoulders and your back are going to hurt a lot. Now, suddenly, there's something for them. They don't want to get hurt. None of us want to get hurt, and we would do everything we can to avoid being hurt. And so with Aiden, I do it for so much and so long. Right now, he has such good posture. He just sit up straight. Autistic children also hum a lot, make a lot of noise. And so I give Aiden a chance to vocalize out his song, whatever song that he's singing, and he can sing it maximum of 2 times. Otherwise, he has to stop. And if he doesn't stop, something of his would go away, something that he likes. Or he is to sit down and meditate with me for 5-10 minutes. And he will do everything to avoid doing meditation. So there's something for him to remain quiet and not make a lot of noise. Now, speaking of meditation, it is just a good exercise. I would highly recommend that you do that on a daily basis. Just 5-10. Sit down with your child. No activities, just sit there, relax, and don't get up until the timer goes off. I hope these are helpful and you can use some for your child. I wish you the best of luck. That's all I have for this video. Feel free to check out my other videos to the parents and the learning content for the children. Looking forward to interact with you through our Facebook page. For now, please take care. May God bless you and your child. See you on the next video. Bye-bye now.